Alright guys, and possibly ladies, I am going to get started with my first review ever on this channel of the Benchmade Presidio II Mini. Before we get started, I'd like to give a couple disclaimers. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never shot a video before in my life, so this is sort of an intro to me in this channel. And another disclaimer, you could hear a dog in the background, you could hear kids, my wife may come in and interrupt, there you go right there. And so I have no idea what I'm doing, but what I do know is gear, and I do know about the gear I carry. I know what I like about it and I don't like about it, and I'm going to tell you those things as we go along, so maybe so that they can be helpful to you if you're looking to purchase one of these things, or in the event that you carry it, how to carry it, how to keep it maintained, tricks and tips, whatever it may be that we come across. I wanted to share that with you to be helpful. So here goes. Benchmade Presidio II pocket knife. Basically, philosophy of use would be EDC. The handles I love. They're aluminum. They're going to be a little bit heavier than plastic. Of course, the new Presidio 2 just came out. I think it's like a Gen 3 now, because the one before that was plastic. They had a plastic version. I think they had an aluminum version too, but it was 154 cm. And actually before that it was 420 material, I believe. And so this one's S30V. Aluminum handle scales. One thing I like about it is that you can see wear. If you're doing what you should be with a knife, you should wear it all the time, and you should see wear all over it. Of course, it has some damage here where I've beat some things with it. Not really want to do that, but if you have to do it, you want the knife to be able to hold up to it and withstand whatever you're doing. But I love the look of it. I love the feel of it. Aluminum is going to be much stronger than plastic or G10, Benchmade bug out plastic. You know, they've just strengthened it up, but this, I mean, you can hear it and see it. It's flimsy, and it's not going to last if you have to hard use it. On the handle, you have the where you place your fingers. I'm sort of picky about that. This one is okay. It has finger choil here on the bottom with jimping. The jimping's not great. You can see some of it there. There's jimping on the top, which is decent. It's a pretty good bite. It's not the best, but and then you've got this swell right here, which helps if you're pushing into something to cut, or in worst case scenario, self-defense. If it could be a little bit better. Here's a cold steel tough light. You can see the finger choil here is huge. It has good jimping on the top, and it locks your finger in there. Cold steel Recon, beast of a knife. Huge finger choil right here. And that is going to lock your finger in there when you go to push into something. I know this is a fixed blade, but huge finger choil here. Your finger's not going to slip past that for any reason. They did just come out with a new version that's plastic, cheaper and lighter. It's called the CF Elite, I believe. If you like plastic or you want to save weight, that'd be another option to go with. But I like the aluminum. I think it's stronger. The blade centering is perfect, was perfect, and remains perfect. It's made out of S30V, which is perfect for whatever you want to do with it. The blade retention or the edge retention is awesome. I don't have to sharpen it a whole lot. I have not taken it and put it out on my Edge Pro, Apex Edge Pro. I may have done it one time, but I just haven't gone back because I profiled it, got it the angle I wanted, and then ever since then it stays sharp if you strop it every day. I even have a little, on the other side of my strop I have a stone that I can touch it up on, but it just, if you strop it every day, it'll stay sharp. It'll cut paper fine, and no need to really do a whole lot to it if you're maintaining it and not cutting metal and crap with it. But stays sharp. It's got a good edge. With the S30V, holds a good edge. I did buy the full-size Presidio, which is 3.7 inches. This is 3.2. Of course, the blade will be longer and the handle will be longer. And it was just so big for small tasks. I love a big knife. I mean, I love a big knife at times, but for EDC stuff, depending on where you work and what you're doing, pulling a big old honking knife out is not always acceptable. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be a problem, but I sold it and went back with this. I would like to get an auto version of this that they sell in the future. But as far as the last thing on the blade, I love the drop point shape of the blade. Love it. Axis lock. Most of you know Benchmade, know that Benchmade has the axis lock, which lends itself to one hand opening and one hand closing, so that when you're holding on to something to cut it, you can open it and close it with no problem. Other companies have mimicked this. Even I was going to say utility knives, which I had one. Here it is on the table. This is Cobalt, and they have an axis lock. I mean, it's not an axis lock, it's a plunger style, but it's the same thing. They've theory is one-handed opening, one-handed close. They've even got some G10 going here. Here's one by Vacay, I guess is the name of it. It's like $20 on Amazon or eBay or something. They've tried to duplicate the axis lock here, but it's threaded right here, so it's horrible on your thumbs. I can barely pull it back. It is one-handed opening if you can flick it, but nothing's comfortable on this knife. This hurts, and it's very hard to do it. I mean, it leaves an indentation on your thumb and your finger. It's so hard, but I figured I'd give it a try. The blade centering is terrible, and it's loose. But you would think you could tighten this, but it has some form of 3-dot spanner wrench tool or something, and I can't tighten it. So I'm going to have to make something if I want to tighten it, and just by closing it sucks. But they're trying to, and actually now, I think I just witnessed a fail, because now it just won't open. That's interesting. So that's what you get for $20 though. This is what you get for $120. A good quality EDC knife.